Hey everyone, it's Drummond. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you haven't already, make sure you click the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you know whenever I'm posting my next video. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about boyfriend material. I know that that's kind of something that a lot of people say like, hey, you're boyfriend material. But I think that it's important for people to kind of know what boyfriend material is to them. And for me personally, there have been so many different people who have reached out to me and asked what I look for in a guy. And I thought it'd be kind of fun to do a YouTube video kind of touching on some of the things that I look for when I'm looking for a life partner. So a lot of people, I think, kind of look at physical features first. And I feel like dating apps, of course, make it really hard not to, because you don't really get to know people unless you're only reading the bios, and who does that? But for me personally, I feel like the people that I connect to most, it doesn't really have to do with physical features. Like, yes, it would be nice for them to be super sexy and attractive, but at the end of the day, like, those types of things don't really matter if nothing else adds up on the back end. So for me, I look for someone who has taken the time to kind of get to know themselves as a person, because I have taken that long journey to kind of figure out who I am as a person, and I am still on that journey. And for me personally, I would like my partner to be on the same wavelength when it comes to that process of kind of knowing who they are and knowing what they want out of life, and at least be the type of person that is constantly working towards that. Because honestly, there have been a lot of people who reach out to me who are flirtatious, who on the outside might be the type of person that I'm physically attracted to, but once I kind of get to know them as people, I'm just like, you really need to work on yourself. One, because I don't like dealing with all the baggage that someone else has added to your life. Like, if someone broke your heart, if someone cheated on you, if someone did something extremely horrible to you, like, that's something that you have to heal from. I also have been through horrible breakups. I've been cheated on. I've had horrible trust issues with a lot of friends and family members and past relationships. And I have taken the time to kind of heal myself through those things. Not saying that certain things don't trigger me occasionally, but I'm the type of person that when I am triggered, I ask myself, why am I triggered by this? And is it something that I can work on internally and then kind of talk to my partner about it? Whereas a lot of people that I have gone on dates with and tried to get to know, they feel like those types of triggers are reasons to kind of attack me as a person, and I don't want that. Another thing that I feel like I look for is safety. And I feel like safety is something that's really hard to describe to people when it comes to looking for it in a partner. One, because it comes in lots of different shapes and forms, because I mean, sometimes safety might mean like the person is physically like bigger or physically like in shape to where you feel like you're protected, but that doesn't always mean that they are protecting or making me feel safe. Sometimes those types of people like to put themselves in situations where I start to feel not so safe again. So safety can also mean that, like, I need someone that when I put myself out there, when I go out into the world to kick some ass, that when I'm physically drained, that this person can be there for me and understands what it's like to go out into the world and give it your all and be drained and exhausted, and just be there for me in a way that a boyfriend should be, because I would be returning the favor and doing the same thing. In a lot of cases, I feel like when people want to date me, they admire a lot of the stuff that I do. They really think that I'm a great person. They might find me attractive. There's a lot of things that they really like about me, but they don't really provide me safety. They don't really realize that I'm not looking for someone to look at me and tell me I'm good looking all the time. I'm not looking for someone that's just like, you know what, you're really smart. I'm looking for someone that like encourages me to grow. as well as encourages me to like not give up on the endeavors that I set out to do, because honestly, I do a lot of things that are hard. I put myself out there in front of the Christian community to try to educate them around what LGBT is and why we need to kind of bridge the gap between our two communities. And that's hard work. It is draining, it's exhausting. It really requires me to give it my all. One thing that I've dealt with in the past with relationships is people feel like I need to give up on that endeavor. They think that it is draining to me, and instead of like looking at it as a, wow, you're doing good work out there, they look at it in a more selfish way where they're like, wow, you're giving this your all, to where when you come home, you're exhausted and you don't have a lot of energy to spend with me. Whereas I would prefer my partner to kind of say, hey, like, what can we do that's going to kind of raise your vibrations or kind of heal you from the work that you've done today? Because I am the type of person that I love doing what I do. I love creating content. I love being a coach. I love being an activist. But it is an emotionally draining career path, and I need a significant other to understand that. And instead of trying to pull that out of my life because they see it draining me, I want them to be the type of person that steps up to the plate and is like, you know what? Let's watch a movie. Let's talk about your day. Let's do whatever we need to do to pull you back up out of your funk that you're now in. And honestly, for me personally, like when I say that, like, I'm done with people, I don't want to be around people, I'm tired, I just want to be by myself, that doesn't include my significant other or my really close friends, because those are the people that kind of build me back up to where I can go back out there and do what I do. And I think that it's really important for my partner to realize that. With all that being said, you can see why I'm not the biggest fan of apps, because I feel like it's very exhausting to kind of find some of these features within a person through an app, because you swipe. And also in today's world, I honestly feel like people don't give other people the opportunity or chance or time to get to know them any deeper than the shallow level that is really just based on like that first initial attraction to someone because of physical features. And for me, I'm the type of person that I'm looking for someone to kind of stick around so that we can get to know each other on deeper levels. And that means through the ups and downs. That means getting to know me when I'm at my up, when I'm just like killing it, and also when I'm anywhere in between the ups and the downs, where maybe I just need like solitude, or I need rest, or I just need calmness. And I think that it's really important for people to realize that you can't figure that type of stuff out like in a week, in 2 weeks, in a month. It requires you to spend a lot more time with someone and kind of get to know who they are as a person. Because honestly, like if you meet me on a bad week, like I was sick last week and my energy was low, so that whole week was really rough for me. So if you had gotten to know me that week, it's a very different person than who I would be on a week where, you know, things are just going right, things are falling into place, and I'm at the end of some of my goals where like I'm feeling that high of completing something. I think it's really important for people to realize that a lot of the things that people talk about when they ask, like, what are you looking for in a boyfriend? They're like, oh, someone who goes to the gym, someone who loves nature, someone who reads books, someone that does this and this. And these are all like really short things that don't really show that you are interested in getting to know them long term, which is what I'm looking for when I'm looking for a partner. Another thing that I think is really important for me when it comes to finding someone to date is confidence in themselves. Someone who doesn't constantly need that validation that like, hey, you're beautiful, hey, you're a catch, hey, you're this. I think that it's perfectly normal for people to have like that insecurity at first when it comes to dating someone new, but over time, I feel like that insecurity is something that should kind of disappear, mainly because, hey, this person is wanting to spend time with you. Hey, this person is going through the steps to kind of get to know you as a person, whether it's introducing you to their friends and family or getting to know your friends and family, and really listening to your passions. I know that for me personally, like, I really need to be with someone who knows what they're passionate about and loves what they do, because for me, I'm doing what I really enjoy, and I thrive off of being around people who are just extremely passionate about something. And like, I can see it in their eyes, and it's like an energy that they give out that kind of bounces back and forth between people that are passionate about life. And for me, like, I think that that also like just pushes out confidence, and I think that that's really attractive. And I think that too often people, when they feel like someone doesn't like them or are going out on dates, they are thinking about the wrong things. Like, I'm not looking for you to be perfect. Like, if you've got a pimple on your face, who cares? Like, we all get them, but it's the confidence that you have around yourself. Like, are you going to be the type of person that allows a pimple to just destroy your confidence for the day? Or are you just going to be like, you know what? We all get them. It doesn't matter. I'm still the same person. A pimple is a pimple. And for me personally, like, that is really attractive when someone can kind of allow things like that to happen. Like, maybe you dump something on your shirt, or like me, go to the river and sit on a muddy rock and have pants that you look like you pooped yourself. Like, I don't really allow that to kind of impact how I navigate through my life on a day-to-day basis. And I want a partner that kind of has that same confidence level out there, because I don't want to constantly have every conversation be about me, like saying, hey, you're still beautiful. Like, hey, like, it doesn't matter if other people are commenting on my things. Hey, I know that you are feeling rough today, but you're still beautiful. Like, yes, those types of things would come naturally, but there are definitely people out there who kind of fish for those types of compliments because they need it to feel confident. Where for me personally, that's not what drives my confidence. Like, my confidence comes from taking all those insecurities that I've had, looking at them, healing the ones that I can for now, working on the ones that I can't heal right away, and going through the process of life, discovering myself, because I know that at the end of the day, a partner is there to add to my life. They're not there to bring me up to 100%. That's my job. From 0 to 100, that's our job to do for ourselves. Anything past 100, that can be your partner adding to your life. Because at the end of the day, like, your partner should never be the person that is like pulling you all the way up in any way, shape, or form. Like, whether that's confidence, whether that's your goals in life, anything. Because I've learned that when it comes to your life partner, if you add all that stress to the relationship, it can be really damaging, because your partner's there to add to your life. They're not there to correct it. They're not there to heal your past traumas. That's your job. You can hire a counselor or a coach for that, because I've learned that throughout my relationships, when it came to things that I really needed help on, that's a lot to put on a relationship. And for me, I know that I have a lot on my plate. I deal with a lot on a very regular basis. I don't need my partner to kind of pick me up. I just need them to exist and not make me feel bad when I'm not performing at my best. But I think that's all I've got for today's video. I know that that was a lot to kind of process, but I think that the overall message is that you need to make sure that you complete yourself first before you bring someone else into the mix. You know yourself well enough to like know what is good or bad for you, and also realize that it's not your partner's job to kind of fix you. That's your job. You have to fix yourself. A partner is there to kind of stand behind you when you need that extra support. They're there to show you love when days get rough. It's not their job to do any of the fixing. Like, yes, them being around sometimes naturally helps you fix some things, but it should never be their job to do all that heavy lifting for you. It should always be you kind of doing the work and them being there as that strong support system for you through thick and thin. But hopefully you all enjoyed this video. As always, love hearing from you all, so leave some comments down below. And if you haven't already, check out my other social medias. I'll leave that link down there, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.